going to get started with an opening statement. You can get started when you want to.
Well, it felt great to be back in here with fans on a Friday night before our football team plays at noon. To have fans come out like that, I thought was great. And we had 10 guys that have never played in this gym before. We've only practiced in this gym, I think, 4 times, maybe. So we've got some getting used to with that type of stuff. But I love the way our team came out and was aggressive. They were very aggressive. And we've been struggling with deflections in practices. We had 53 tonight. I mean, these guys got after it. Second half, we did some good things, but we backed off too much defensively. And we played hard, but we gave too much room. And they got a little bit hot, but we handled it. And you don't want to play, whether it was at Charlotte or this game here, you don't want to play those games to walk out of here with fool's gold. You don't want to walk out of here with an unrealistic view of what you got to get better at. And I thought Morehouse came out and they had an aggressive, attacking, we're going to get after you for 94 feet mindset, which was absolutely perfect for us, because we've got to see that. We've got to understand that everybody is going to come in here and they've read the press clippings, right? Like they're going to come in here, they're going to get that win. And we've got to understand, how we can attack. But for us, when the ball is moving, when we're moving well, we did not cut well tonight, but when the ball is moving, we're a good team. When that ball doesn't move or the next pass isn't made, we're not a good team. And the shooting, we're missing threes that we make. We're missing free throws that we'll make. I'm not concerned about that at all. We'll get that. We've just got to, we've got to continue to find rotations of guys. I didn't get to play as many guys in the second half as I would have liked tonight, but it was really good for everybody to have to go through this. So it was very, very good. 2 games for us to figure out where we are going into the regular season.
Okay, we're going to get started with questions. First, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher, and then we're going to go with Mark Weiser.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you tonight.
You too,
As far as on-court chemistry goes, I mean, 2 exhibition games in, I don't know how much is to draw from that, but with the opener coming up, kind of where are you right now with that on-court?
Oh, we don't have it yet. No, we don't have that yet. Our chemistry now, they're good. They're really good guys. I mean, I love going to work with these guys. And this is an extremely mature group. I mean, we're practicing long and hard. You know, we've really been in a training camp mode, and we spent a lot of time, you know, scrimmaging, half court things, shooting the ball, you know, working closeouts, all those different things, because we're trying to build that chemistry. You know, when you have 10 new players and the leading returning guy is Jackson Etter, once now that PJ's down, you know, it makes everything that much more of a challenge. But the chemistry comes, 2 guys that really, the ball moves really, really well when they're in the game is Christian Wright and Jackson Etter. So those guys, you know, we're trying to do is find more ways to play them consistently with the other guys. But the biggest thing for us right now with a young team, you know, which Cario and Jabri are, you know, Aaron is in a different role here than what he's used to, is we got to keep understanding, we got to trust that pass. You know, we got to make that next pass. We've got to cut without it. Even if they're standing 5-6 feet off, it's still cut, because that's our offense. And we'll get it. You know, we're learning more and more. Do we have good vision? Can we make these kinds of passes? You know, all those types of things. And even with some of the things that they did tonight, we have not spent very much time on. Press offense and zone offense. We have not spent a lot of time on that yet, but we will. And it was a good situation tonight. So that chemistry comes when you understand how you have to make the game easier for your teammates. By the way you talk on defense, by the way you make the next pass, and by the way you cut and move without the ball. Go ahead.
Mark, do you want to ask a question?
Oh yeah, I didn't hear you call my name earlier. Hey Tom, I want to ask you about Braylon Bridges. How valuable is he with his experience, size, and I think he even had 4 assists tonight. And how important is it for him to be consistent? You know, given those qualities that he has.
Oh, very much so. You know, and he and Dalen Original are not anywhere near where they're going to be, based on they haven't practiced over a long period of time all the time. Now, Braylon's practiced more, and Dalen certainly has practiced more, but they missed times, you know, throughout the preseason that set them back a little bit. And Dalen's still recovering from the summer, from when he got his knee operated on after his junior college season. So those guys will all come. Braylon can really pass. He can score in the low blocks. He's got to continue to get the basketball condition to play long minutes. He played more minutes than I would have wanted him to tonight, but the fact that he had the double-double was really good. He's a true low post scorer. And outside of Nick Claxton, for the big guys, he's the best passer we've had here.
Okay, we have time, so we're going to circle back around to Dasher and then back to Mark Weiser.
Yeah, Coach.
Mike
I'm asking-
Griffith, I thought Mike was here. Was Mike here? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought, okay. So we get the guys that were here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was asking about Aaron Cook and what he's bringing to you as a veteran guy at that point guard position.
Well, I think he's learning the responsibility that goes with that position again, because he didn't have it at Gonzaga. And because they've had Andrew Nemhard and Jalen Suggs handled the ball so much there. So I think right now it's us continuing to understand for him how to get him off the ball more and how to get it back to him in long closeout situations, how to be ready to shoot. Getting guys, the hardest thing for guards to understand is the initial pick and roll is really not for them, whether it's man or zone. And the initial pick and roll is to get the defense moving in rotation. And we've got to get better at that. We don't have the chemistry yet of the starting lineup that I've played, even though at times they've all shined. We just haven't totally shined together yet. We did it to start with the defense today, but that will start to come. And Aaron's got to be a catalyst for that. Aaron's got to be the calm in the eye of the storm. And I thought he was really good. He came to the huddle one time and said, "We're not losing this game, guys, but we got to guard better." Right? Like that's the kind of stuff that we need. So he'll get better. There's a lot of room for him to get better. But the leadership is really, really strong for us right now.
Tom, given the amount of new guys and you talk about trying to find chemistry, I'm sure you wouldn't mind another exhibition game or two, but you're going to have real games starting next week.
Yeah.
What will you be looking to see from this group as the season progresses? And what do you think it might take for this team to quickly gel?
Well, I don't think we're going to quickly gel. I don't think it works that way. I think you could have a veteran team and it doesn't take that long. There's been a lot of close games in exhibition games. John Bateman told me that Miles College led Kentucky 56% of the game. Auburn's in a fight today. Arkansas beat East Central by 3 and then beat North Texas, I think, by 7. I mean, it's hard, right? You got to get the chemistry right, but you got to get your rotations and who can play with each other right too. And that takes some time. But in answer to your first question, I would say the biggest thing we've got to continue to understand is the physicality needed. All right. The low base, the leverage. It's, we're lifting 3 times a week. It's not like we're going to get incredibly stronger, all right, in a short period of time, but we've got to play with more leverage. We've got to play more physical. We can't miss blockouts. We can't go under screens. We can't melt when the screen hits us. The physicality of the game. Now I say that, and we got 22 offensive boards, right? Like that's a physical part of the game too. Now 22 is the good news. 6 second chance points, not such the good news. But the bottom line is we were getting the rebounds, and we knew that could be a weakness for this team, and it has to become a strength. So there's things like that. And Florida International is going to come in here, and they are a tremendous 3-point shooting team. They play with quickness. They play with speed. Cincinnati, I know it's going to be very good. I mean, it's what it's going to be, right? Georgia Tech 2 Fridays from now, then we go to New Jersey. We've just got to continue to understand day after day, because they've really been making strides in practice. And since our Charlotte game, we've made a ton of strides. And we've just got to continue to figure out how to play harder, longer, okay, and have guys be ready to come into the game that bring a level of physicality and aggressiveness, not just an offensive mindset when they come in.
Okay, we have a little time left, so we're going to open it up to any questions if anyone has any more.
Hey, Coach, I just want to check real quick. Being it was an exhibition game, I think you had 3 guys that did not play tonight. Was that kind of by design, or just kind of?
No, not at all. It's just the way the game went. In Tyrone Baker's case, he's going to be a good player, but the game was just a little too physical, and we didn't play as much zone tonight. So no, that's it. It wasn't by design. I mean, these games are for real, right? And as much as I did do some rotating early, some guys, I didn't use the bench in a fluid way, either time in Charlotte or tonight. And that's just part of the exhibition season. But at the end of the day, you want to play everybody, but everybody's got that chance to compete and practice. And that's what we've got to continue to do.
I guess I do need to ask about the free throw shooting tonight. I mean, is that?
Yeah, we're going to be a very good free throw shooting team. I have no doubt about that. Yeah, we're going to be a very good free throw shooting team. And that's like, we've got to get, I think that was an anomaly. I think that was a couple little technique things. but it just happened, right? But we'll get that correct. This team is going to be a very, very good free throw shooting team.
Thanks, man.
Okay, that's all the time
Thank
we
you.
have today.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.